A lot of people who choose motorhomes never ever look at the position of the leisure battery. This is important, the location, and obviously to get the best from your alternator when it comes to charging, you want it as close as possible to the front. I know one manufacturer who stupidly put the leisure battery right at the very back on the overhang, and that's where you don't want all the extra weight, and because of the distance from the alternator, you do get a drop off in voltage unless you fit coupling cables considerably thicker than these. Well, there are other possibilities too. For instance, indoors or outside. Well, in this instance, you might locate a battery outside. And a number of people have something similar to this, and that isn't what I use here in this particular motorhome, because of temperature problems. Let me explain. Are you aware that the amp hour capacity quoted on the side of a battery is temperature related? For instance, it presumes, in stating the amp hour capacity, that it's a temperature of 25 degrees C, that's 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And for every 1 degree drop in ambient temperature, there's a 1% loss in amp hour capacity. So let's put that into real figures. If you've got a 110 amp hour battery at 25 degrees C, are you aware that when the temperature drops to 15 degrees C, it's effectively only a 99 amp hour battery? Take it worse to the colder times in winter when it drops to 5 degrees C, that's 40 degrees Fahrenheit and almost freezing, it's now effectively an 88 amp hour battery. And that is pretty disappointing. So what about the alternative of fitting a battery indoors where it's warmer? When you've bought a manufactured caravan, there's not much you can do to change battery position, but when you build your own, and people like me, these silly so-and-sos who do that, have the choice and have to make up their mind. One place that manufacturers use is under the seat. It's okay because it's near the alternator, but you then can't get at the cells to check the level of the battery electrolyte. There is another issue though, that you also need to have a gas relief valve so that you can actually get gas during charging dispensed and sent outside. That's important for safety. Then there's the issue of weight. It's nice to have the battery between the axles, it's nice to have it near the front, and this is where I finally decided to put my leisure battery, because it's a chunky one. It weighs, good gracious me, something in the region of 47 kilograms, which is over half my weight. And what about the weight issues? Does this make it all one-sided? Not really, because over the other side is my inboard water tank. And the weight of that full of water is very similar to the weight of the battery. One more thing, I can get 2 batteries in here, and I'm so pleased that Bailey of Bristol is now using the same idea of fitting 2 batteries, should you want to, in the new Autograph 765 model. So whether you buy a new or a pre-owned motorhome, or whether you're one of these people who decide to even build their own, the position of the leisure battery is important, and I'm pleased that more and more manufacturers are taking note of the points that we've made.